ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delayed Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Activities for strengthening organizational capacities for Eritrean nationals. Monetary support from families of martyrs. Russia and China pledge to strengthen strategic partnership to counter U.S. influence. And Israel to enter talks with the U.S. on a new 10-year security deal. Proceeding with our reports. Nationals residing in Great Britain, Germany, Switzerland, and Sweden have conducted various activities aimed at strengthening organizational capacity and awareness. According to the report, Mr. Tolde Johannes, head of the Public and Community Affairs at the Eritrean Embassy in the UK and Ireland, conducted a seminar for nationals in Newcastle on 25th January, focusing on the objective situation in the homeland, as well as regional and global development. Mr. Tolde stated that at the time when the global system shows little respect for world order, it is becoming increasingly apparent that the only assurance lies in strengthening awareness, harmony, unity, and organizational capacity. Noting that under the current objective situation, it is crucial to enhance Eritrean national identity, as well as strengthening harmony and unity, Mr. Tolde said that the most significant instrument for consolidating these important pillars is strengthening organization. Mr. Haptom Tesfagergis, Secretary of the National Committee in the UK and Ireland, and Mr. Binam Mbaye, Chairman of the Eritrean Community in Newcastle, gave briefing on the progress of the construction of the DR boarding school. In the same vein, Ms. Luul Tolde, head of the Frankfurt and its environs branch for the National Union of Eritrean Women, constructed a seminar on members of the union branch on 17th January. Ms. Luul explained the history of and contribution of the National Union of Eritrean Women at various stages, said that the union is earnestly working in the past and to enhance organizational capacity and participation in the national affairs. Underlining that Eritrean women are the core and the existence and continuity of the country, Mr. Ta'ama Haile, head of the Public Community Affairs at the Eritrean Embassy, said that Eritrean women are carrying out significant activities organized under the umbrella of the National Union of Eritrean Women. Mr. Kabra Abtakhasta, head of the Consular Affairs, on his part expressed confidence that the Eritrean women in Germany will strengthen organizational capacity and play their due part in the national affairs. At the event, Ms. Besarat Woldai, head of the Union branch in Frankfurt, presented activity implementation report. Likewise, Mr. Haptom Zarai charged the affairs at the Eritrean Embassy in Switzerland and Eritrea's permanent representative to the UN Human Rights Commission. At a seminar he conducted for nationals in Lucerne on 25th January, spoke on the contribution of the national organizations to successful implementation of the national development programs. Mr. Haptom also answered questions raised by participants focusing on the objective situation in the homeland, as well as the regional and global issues. The Eritrean National Committee in Sweden also conducted its annual activity assessment meeting on 24th January. On the occasion, Ms. Zaid Wazion, chairman of the National Committee, alongside with members of the task force, presented reports focusing on the activities implemented and challenges encountered. The participants also adopted a plan for 2026. Mr. Mohammed Ali Mohammed Saeed charged the affairs at the Eritrean Embassy in Scandinavian countries, called on nationals to work with commitment and in the implementation of the set out programs. The Central Region branch in the Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare extended over 42,000 nakfa to 4 families of martyrs. The beneficiaries' families were identified by their respective administrative areas. Ms. Jim'a Ibrahim, head of the office branch, said that 4 families were provided with 10,600 nakfa each, contributed by nationals residing in Swedish city of Fagersta, that is organized under the Walta Association. Ms. Jim'a noted that although families of martyrs are provided with regular monetary support by the government, contribution made by nationals individually and groups attest to the noble culture of Eritrean society and the respect shown towards martyrs. Ms. Jib'a commenced the Walter Association and called on others to follow the noble example. Residents of administrative area of Igla, Mosgolozula, Safira and Sibraso on the eastern escarpment of Adai subzone are conducting extensive water and soil conservation activities. The coordinators of the program said that the program, which commenced in October 2025, is being carried out from 3 centers and that over 84 kilometers of terraces have already been constructed and more than 73 hectares of water diversion schemes renovated. At the program, which is being carried out 6 days a week, 450 manpower are participating daily. The residents on their part noting the significance of the program in rehabilitating the environment and boosting agricultural production expressed readiness to strengthen participation. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. Russian and Chinese defense ministers have held a video call pledging to close cooperation and coordinated action against what they view as the Washington's destabilizing influence in Venezuela and Iran. Russia's defense minister Andrei Losov and China's defense minister Dong Jun held a scheduled video conference on Tuesday highlighting the growing coordination between the two countries' military forces. Losov stressed that the recent development in Venezuela and Iran shows the end for Moscow and Beijing to track security chains and carefully to respond in coordinated manners to protect their interests in the regional stability. He noted that since their last meeting in June, many events occurred that significantly impact the international situation, demanding constant analysis and planning by both defense ministries. The ministers spoke aimed rising global tension caused by what both Russia and China view as the U.S. disruptive policies. China and Russia also highlighted the significance of this year in their partnership, marking 30 years of strategic coordination and 25 years since the signing of their Treaty of Good Neighborliness and Friendly Cooperation. Both nations have strengthened their ties with a joint land, air, and naval exercise, while bilateral trade reached approximately $220 billion last year. On our last report, Israel is reportedly preparing to begin negotiation with the United States on a new 10-year security agreement aimed at extending Washington's military support with a greater focus on a joint projection rather than direct financial assistance. Jill Pinchas, the former chief of the financial advisor to the Israeli military who resigned this week, told the Financial Times on Tuesday that the prospective agreement would seek to prioritize joint military initiative over the U.S. cash handouts. He further noted that negotiations are expected to begin in the coming week. Israel's current 10-year memorandum of understanding with Washington, under which it receives nearly $4 billion in military aid annually, is set to expire in 2 years. Pinchas suggested that the portion of the agreement involving direct and conditional funding could be reduced gradually under the New Deal. U.S. military assistance to Israel is formalized under the long-term agreement providing $3.8 billion annually for military funding. This mechanism allows Israel to purchase the U.S.-made military system. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Activity for strengthening organizational capacity for Eritrean nationals. Monetary support to families of martyrs. Russia and China pledge to strengthen strategic partnership to counter U.S. influences. And Israel to enter talks with the U.S. a new 10-year security deal. That was the news from ERi-TV Studios. This has been ERi-TV reporting. Thanks for watching and have a good night.